2026 at 1:20 p.m. Hello, I'm Aaron Wills. Welcome to my channel. This is a random rambling video. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe before sharing this video and turning on the post notification bell. Well, after being stuck 2-0 in a race to 4 in the NBA Finals, the Spurs won last night to make it 2-1. Still in a race to 4, which is a best-of-7 series. I call it a race to 4. You can call it a best-of-7 series, whatever you want to call it. I call it a race to 4 games. So now the score is the New York Knicks 2 games and the San Antonio Spurs 1 game. And so, again, this is the best-of-7 series, so the first team to win 4 games. So from here, the San Antonio Spurs need to beat the Knicks 3-0. No, 4-0. No, 3-0. I'm sorry. No, 3-1. That's what I meant to say. 3-1. They gotta win 3-1 from here. It would have been 4-0. They would have lost last night's game. It was a must-win last night, and they won. The Spurs, that is. Alright, here we go. Rochambeau, which I guess somehow means paper, knives, rock. Paper, rock, scissors. That's what it is. It's Rochambeau is Japanese for paper, rock, scissors. So row would be paper. Sham, I guess, is rock. And bow is scissors, all in Japanese. I wish I had my phone. I'd ask what Rochambeau means in Japanese. I'll grab my phone. I'll be right back. I'll be white, black. What does Rochambeau mean?
Rochambeau is another name for the game rock, paper, scissors. It can also refer to Jean-Baptiste Donatien de Vimeur de Rochambeau, a French noble who helped Washington win the American Revolutionary War.
So the Rochambeau is French, not Japanese?
The name Rochambeau, or Rochambeau, uses a French spelling, but the game itself actually originated in China and was heavily modernized in Japan, where it is called Junkenpon. Linguists believe that children in 1930s California took the Japanese name Junkenpon and Americanized the sound of it into Rochambeau, borrowing the name of the famous French Revolutionary War general they learned about in school.
It did originate in Japan. Yes, this is French spelling. But the game itself actually originated in China and was heavily modernized in Japan. That's why I thought. Maybe that's why I thought it was a Japanese game. That's why I thought Rochambeau was Japanese. It turns out it's French with a French spelling, Rochambeau. From the French general who helped George Washington apparently win the Revolutionary War. Was it the Revolutionary War? Yeah, I guess no. Was Washington? No, he was in the. What war was he in? I don't know. When did he cross the Delaware? In the Revolutionary War or in the I don't know what war it was. Maybe it was the Revolutionary War. I guess it was the Revolutionary War. They just said it and I forgot it already. But Rochambeau is another name for just another name. Doesn't break down to rock paper scissors. It's just another name for rock paper scissors. It was originally called Ching Chong Chong. I think it's Chin Chong Chong, something like that. I didn't quite listen and read it well enough to know what's going on with that. But anyways. Rochambeau. So, rock, paper, scissors, as we call it, originated in China but was modernized in Japón. Japón, which is Spanish for Japan. Somebody's rocking some music outside my window, and it's pretty good music. I'm trying to think what song this is. I can hear it over the air conditioning in my room. I hear it, but I can't hear. I hear the voice. It's on the tip of my tongue, like some things that shouldn't be on the tip of my tongue occasionally. Something's driving me nuts. I shouldn't even talk about it, but I am. A woman in therapy, I won't say her name, I won't say what she does in therapy, it's just a woman in therapy, talked about how, and I shouldn't even bring this up, but just, I have nothing else to talk about, this is on my mind. That's what I do here, I talk about shit that's on my mind. But anyway, a woman in therapy, I won't say her name, I won't say what she does in therapy, but she's just a woman in therapy here at a home. You don't even know where I live. You don't know the home, and you don't know the woman, but she had to take the phone away from her 10 or 11-year-old daughter because of the activities the daughter was doing on the phone. I guessed a few things that she said was very bad, and I guessed a few things that might be bad for a 10 or 11-year-old to be doing. Everything I guessed she said was worse. First I said she was sexting with a boy, and this woman said no, it was worse than that. Then I said, well, was she sending naked pictures to a boy? She said, it's worse than that. She said she was doing things that adults shouldn't do. Well, I can't even imagine what that is over a phone. I don't get it. But it's not my business, although I'm going to try my best to hear. It's driving me nuts. I'm already too much in that woman's business anyway. I'm all into her relationship with a man. I'm all into now her daughter's business on the phone. I'm never hear. She says I'll never hear about that. But it's just going to drive me nuts. So she says I'll never hear about that. What her daughter did on the phone, and get it taken away, and how bad it was. But I've said some pretty disgusting stuff, and she said it's worse. Everyone is worse than that. Sexting with a boy at the age of 11, it's worse than that. Sending nude pictures to a boy at the age of 11, it's worse than that. She said. What the fuck could it be? She said she was doing things that adults shouldn't even do. What could that be? Is there anything adults shouldn't do? I mean, you can't commit murder over a phone, can you? Now, she was threatening somebody over the phone. Threatening to do murder, threatening to hurt somebody. I don't know, it's none of my business. I'm really going to leave it alone. I shouldn't even be talking about it on a video for YouTube. I'm not saying the person's name. I'm not saying what she does. I will say she's in therapy here at home you don't even know of. I've never said where I live. I never will say where I live. Although I did use names of people in therapy in a previous video. It's none of those people, I can tell you. It's none of the people I used their name in therapy that has this child who's done bad things on their phone. So I guess I'll be leaving. I'll be hanging this up soon so I don't get myself in further trouble. But I really don't want to make this person mad at me or disrespect this person, because she's a very, very awesome person and takes good care of me in therapy. She's a great motivator And she helps me reach goals that I don't think I can reach every time I set out to get them. She helps me reach those goals by motivating me. By whenever I want to give up, well, I can't even say what I'm doing with her because that would suggest what she does, and I don't want to do that. But when I'm doing something in therapy and I want to give up, she motivates me to continue, to keep going. And so I'm very appreciative of that. Like I said earlier, I'm already too much into her business with her boyfriend or some man that she's talking to. She makes it very clear that they're not together. I mean, I've been in a relationship like that with the last person I messed around with. Her name was Kristen. I'm sure it's still Kristen. I can't imagine she's changed her first name. She has changed her last name because she got married since I knew her. Anyway, we were exactly that. We started off as just super tight friends. I mean, inseparable. For about 10 years we were just inseparable, tight friends, and then other things broke out from that, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure you do. I'm sure you does. And so, I guess, I'm sure that's what she's going on with this fella. They're probably just real close, are becoming real cool, and maybe I haven't asked her, and she hasn't said whether they have any type of romantic relationship. I know that. Well, I think she has said it's romantic, but now I bug her about that relationship because at first she said how good this guy was and how he helps her and how he teaches her son. How he used to be a semi-professional basketball player, and how he helps her son with basketball and with all sorts of stuff. And this poor woman was told me about things, relationships she's had in the past, and I just feel like she deserves a good man. And I thought this man was a good man. It sounds like he's a good man, but now some things have come up that makes him not sound so great anymore. But I still root for them because I just have it in my mind that she's happy with him. And then for a while she wasn't happy with him, and so then I was rooting against him. But now I'm rooting for him again because I think they're talking again. And I think she told me some things he did that made her happy with him again. I thought that was very sweet of him, very kind of him, and so I'm rooting for him again. But I don't know exactly if they're talking again or not. Yeah, I'm talking too much about this person. I'm not going to say who it is. Anyway, I'm going to hang it up now. I'm going to tell you 2 fingers, A-Dub Club. See you when I see you. Pizza rolls. I'm a holler. Peace.